Welcome back to No Strings Attached Ministry. I want to talk about the vans right now. I'm driving the little minivan right now. Just been testing it out for the last couple of days. I've got some issues with it that I'm having to deal with. I think the most ironic issue is I got brake problems. Oh Lord! And it seems like it's either a stuck caliper or a bad rubber line going to the calipers. Pretty much the same symptoms as the other one, but this is what it was doing when it first started, acting up. And so I'm going to go on and get the brake kits for it. I want to replace the brakes, calipers, and also the hoses and the rotors as well. Of course, the truck's got 124,000 miles on it now. So that's about average, for a car that hasn't been kept up and maintained. So when you're all out there looking to purchase a van and stuff, if you buy a car within about 110,000 to 150,000 mile range, expect you're going to have to put some money into it. And so don't take everything you got in your last pennies to buy a van if you don't understand the van and understand the kind of maintenance that's required to keep that van up. If you're going to buy an older van, make sure you know how to turn a wrench, because if you go into mechanic shops for all this stuff, it'll literally eat you alive. It's just crazy to spend all that money and then end up having troubles where you can't keep it going. On average, van that has about 150,000 miles or so, and the next year you're going to spend probably, if you're going to go to a mechanic, you'll spend probably $2,000, to get things done. I've spent up to $1,500 or better on just buying parts. So be aware that you're going to have a lot of issues, because things are starting to wear out now, at that age range. This is a 1999 with that kind of miles on it, so I expect that it's got a new battery in it, so I don't have to replace that. But all the tires are 12 years old. That the manufacture date of the tire itself, so it's got some age on the tires, and they're showing it really bad. I had one blowout on the way home. I never mentioned on that, but I had to replace one of them, and I just replaced it with a used tire on the way. And even just with a used tire, it was almost $60, to have it mounted and balanced and everything else. But it got me home. So, your tires, I just went to Walmart this morning, checked on tires for it. You're anywhere from $330-ish, like $330 to all the way up to $430. If you go to like BF Goodrich, somewhere like that, you're probably going to spend around $450-ish, somewhere in that area, $480. That's about what they get out there. So you get what you pay for. If you're going to drive it most of the time, the higher mileage tires do seem to be okay or better. I haven't really proven that yet, because like my other Chevy van, it has an issue with the front end alignment on it, and I've realigned it a dozen times. But when you load these things down, with your bed equipment and all your other supplies, everything else, you're carrying a lot of weight, so you're going to cause that front end to go up a little bit, and that's going to throw your alignments off. So your tires itself, you can get good mileage out of them, but you have to make sure you rotate them very, very often. I rotate mine about every 2,500 to 3,000 miles. I do that whenever I go get an oil change. So I have them rotate and rebalance the tires. And it seems like I get a whole lot better life out of them when I do that. About halfway through the life of the tire, I'll have them break the tires off. What I'll do is I'll swap the tires backwards. I'll flip the tires over, and then I'll make sure that it goes on the opposite side of the car. So if I take them off, I'll take the right-hand sides off. I'll flip the tires, and then I'll put them on the left-hand side of the car when I put them back on. That way they're rolling down the road the same direction, and they're not going to really cause any problems. I've always had problems when you swap one from one side to the other side of the car. The belts start to separate. You have a lot of issues with older tires. So, yeah, you just have to know how to do the maintenance properly, especially if you have something. That way, if it's going to burn the outsides of the tire, or if you have alignment problem issues that you can't deal with, always remember that. You know, you can keep a close eye on it, and then that way it won't burn. It'll burn on the inside of the tire, and you'll basically get twice as much life out of the tire, because it will burn it right off, right down to the cores. It'll still have pretty good tread on the other side of the tire. So that's what I've done in the past. It's just a hint, you know, something to give you a little thought to, you know, possibly save yourself a little bit of money. So the brakes on this one here, if I buy the parts, I'm looking about $280 to get the rotors, calipers, and the hoses. So, and then I'll do some research online and see if I can hopefully find them for a lot cheaper. I probably can. This is at places at at regular auto parts stores. I ain't gonna mention no names, but they're all pretty competitive. There's one that's a little bit higher than all the others, but most of the box store, auto parts stores are pretty close. But they're also pretty expensive. So if you can afford to wait or have it shipped to you, by all means, do that. Usually, I have a lot better success on getting things for. Sometimes you can cut the price in half, so consider that. But also make sure you check on your shipping too. Sometimes they'll charge you shipping. So do some shopping. If you can get something like $150 free shipping versus $130 plus shipping, get the free shipping, because most likely it's going to be a lot cheaper. But anything you do, I replace compressors for the air conditioning system, and I've saved up to $600-800 on a compressor. So that shows you just the kind of price gouging that you will find out there on retail stores. So always check your prices. Good news though on the Chevy Ram. We got back. The problem was, as you know, I replaced everything on that van 3 times. The only thing that I didn't replace 3 times was the hoses. I replaced those once, but I never could ever get these things to, and then once I replaced the hoses, it continued on. Then we was thinking it was a proportioning valve, which I did find one in Georgia. When I was on the way coming back from my trip, I did find one at a junkyard, and I went on and got it. It was $36. But when I got home, we blew out all the lines, cleaned everything. Come to find out, when I took the calipers back off to replace them once again, the one line would not drip, and that sort of rang a bell to me, because usually it'll drip fluid out of it as you take them off. But this one here, it wouldn't hardly drip at all. It wouldn't, and then with the hose completely disconnected, it wouldn't drip. It just would not. So I went and checked the reservoir, and it was full of fluid. So that I was concerned about that one because of well, what was causing it not to drip? It shouldn't drip out, just common sense. But it's just gravity feed alone will bring it out. But it ended up, that was the hose that I bought online, which was almost 3/4. It was about 2/3, about a quarter of the cost, I would say, as a regular hose, that I would buy. Especially the OEM hose, from the manufacturer one is they wanted like $38 for those, and then these here were like $9, and that's the hoses I got. Come to find out, the hose wouldn't leak. We took the hose completely back off again, blowed through the hose, and you could not blow through it. Come to find out, the hose was manufactured improperly and pinched the hose off inside, creating the same exact symptom as what it was with the old hose. So and by replacing that hose, that's what threw us off on our diagnosis on trying to figure out what's going on with this stupid thing. So I went and got the actual original Delco hoses from the manufacturer and put those on, and everything seems to be working fine. And I replaced it. I had it under warranty on the calipers. So I replaced the calipers, and also I put brand new pads on it once again. Now I put pads on this truck probably 5 times in the last year. And every time I take the calipers off of a vehicle and put it back on, even if it's just inspections, I replace the pads. I just feel that, that way I know they're wearing properly, and I hopefully get the best brake issues out of the way, So I always put new shoes on it every time I do it. I know it's a little bit more expensive when you do that, but you know what? I don't want to get into it again. I'm hoping I'll repair this and not have no more issues with it. And so far I haven't driven it a lot, but I've driven it probably about 300 miles, the other van, and it seems like it's working fine. The gas mileage definitely has improved. I still have not gone through a tank of gas yet on it, but it's not dropping. Used to, you can sit there and watch the gauge literally drop. It was sad. You could watch it fall. And this one here, I would get 300 miles a tank out of that Chevy. And right now I'm at close to 300 miles, and I still got over half a tank of gas left. So hopefully that really improved the gas mileage as well on that van. It should get great gas mileage because I've been through everything on this van. I've replaced just about everything, all the sensors, the hoses, the vacuum hoses, you name it, I've done it and I've replaced it. So it should be working at its optimum, just like a brand new vehicle. And everything on the suspension is just like a brand new vehicle. And I'll get the little minivan, I'll get it back up in the same shape again, and I'll put it back roadworthy again to where I feel comfortable driving it. And who knows, I really don't need 2 vans. At that point, I'll make a decision hopefully, and we'll see what happens. Who knows, I'll probably give it away, sell it, use the money, for the ministry. I don't know really what I'm going to do with it yet. But, I put a lot of money into both of these, and I will in this one as well. But I put a lot of money into the other one as well. I would hold it up to basically a brand new vehicle. I would not hesitate in the world to hop in that big van and head to Alaska and back and not even think twice about it. That's the kind of condition that it's in and the shape that it's in. The only problem that I was frustrated with was the brakes. I'm pretty good at diagnosing. I am a mechanic. Plus I have my other mechanic that does all the work for me. So we had 2 very experienced minds working on it and trying to figure out what it was. Finally, we did find out what it was. It was that just a bad manufactured hose from the manufacturer on the body. So that was the problem all along, I think. But I went on anyway, and I replaced the proportioning valve anyway to make sure, that there was no issues with that. Blew all the steel lines out. Everything was clean. Went down, had it, bled properly and set up. All the sensors and everything's, all been replaced, so everything should be working basically perfectly. So we'll see how that holds up. But it was just pretty optimum. It sort of tickled me when this one here ended up being the same issues with the same problem. But what happens? The wheels will start. The steering wheel will shake a little bit, and it'll vibrate until it gets up to speed, and then it smooths out and does all right until you come to a complete stop again, and then it starts all over. It doesn't pulse when you're braking. It just pulses when you're taking off as it's trying to loosen those brake pads up. So that's why I'm thinking it's the hose or a sticky caliper. That's usually the diagnosis on that. So we'll see how that all works out and see which one is right on there. But with the age on it, I'm not going to take a chance on keeping. When they start breaking down like that inside, they start putting a lot of this like black soot inside the lines, and I think that's how it could have possibly clogged up the proportioning valve. With this black soot type stuff, it starts breaking down. It's like rubber, so it gets that like a degrading rubber is what's happening to it. So anything rubber in the system, I'm going to replace. So, but wish me luck. I'm going to try to do a build out on this one here. It's just with the cost of everything, getting a home, getting it, it's just a lot of cost for me right now. So I just don't have the money to put it together. But hopefully, just say prayers that I get some extra work coming in, or some donations coming in, or something to help me go on and put the van together. But definitely needs the tires, and the brakes. I'm just thinking probably $1,500, $1,500. I should be able to do a pretty good dent in the van itself with the interior and everything. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna put an air conditioner in this one just like I did the other one. It will be running off a generator. I'm not going to put a big battery bank in. I have one house battery. I got an extra battery I can use as a house battery. And I'll use one house battery and I'll charge it off the alternator. And also I'll charge it off the generator when the generator's running. Or shore power. So we'll do it that way because, like I said, when I'm out traveling with my injuries and stuff, I really just need to stay cool. So I can get some rest because I don't sleep a lot. But what little bit I do sleep, I have to sleep comfortably. If not, I'll feel like I'm worn down and I won't be able to rejuvenate myself. So that's what I'm going to plan on doing there. So God bless each and one of you for helping me along this journey and sticking with me on the van, praying for the van. Continue on if you can. My love's out there for all of you, and I really appreciate the support, and especially the prayer support and the mental support. So I just need to probably take a week or so, a couple weeks until I can start earning a little bit of money to start putting into it. But that's my biggest concern. Hopefully I can get a little bit of AdSense money this month. Seems like my channel's picked up in views wise right there at the end of the month. I don't know if it's gonna go on this month or next month. So hopefully I should be able to at least get one AdSense paycheck, coming either this month or I might have $100, for next month. So we'll see how that works out. And if it does, it all goes, every bit of it goes right back into the ministry. I've never took a penny of anything like that and never used it personally. I just don't. Ministry itself, I fund probably 95% of the ministry. I do have some nice donations of people out there willing to help me along the way. And believe me, it relieves me and allows me to do a lot more when you do. So I do greatly, greatly appreciate that help. Because that just keeps me out there longer and allows me to do my job longer. I'm driving back right now from Fort Lauderdale, or from Fort Myers. I had to go down there and check on a few of the people that I work with and the people that I help. So I had to go down there and check on them today. I was supposed to go yesterday, but I don't know, I overslept, you could say. Well, I really didn't oversleep. I just laid down and took an early nap and never did wake back up. So, I mean, I went to sleep probably about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I think I woke up like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. I had a really good nap, but I needed it, because I was jet lagged and then driving lag, not being able to sleep good in the heat of the van. It was a fun journey, you could say. But hey, I do what I can. I do the best I can. God bless each and one of you. Thanks for stopping by and watching my videos. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Watch back to the videos, all of them. It really helps me out. Plus, you'll get to know a lot more about me if you do. I do a lot of playing, a lot of things. There's a lot of things out there that I put out there as acting on a few of my videos, and people are really, they take it seriously. I mean, it proves the fact that negativity, like, sucks them in, and it just amazes how someone can comment and make a comment on a video and not even watch it. They watch the first 3 seconds of the video and they already judge you and move on, but they really got something wild to say about you. So it just goes to show you what they're like and from their soul, what their heart is like. I mean, if you literally watch each one of my videos, I try my best to be uplifting and encouraging and to give you some valuable wisdom. So God bless each one of you. Appreciate it. And if you'd like to help donate,